Welcome to online learning classes. Today we are going to learn for class 5 social science. The chapter that we are going to continue today is chapter 2 parallels and meridians. In this chapter we are going to learn about meridians, its features and how can we locate places on our globe. In previous class we have already covered the topic that is parallels. So today's class we are going to continue with meridians and how do we number parallels and meridians and how can we locate places on a globe. Presented by Sonakshi Saluja. When you see this picture, you can see that there are vertical lines which runs from north to south. Yes, they are called meridians or lines of longitude. When you see the image, you can see that here the lines are drawn from north to south, and these lines are only known as meridians or lines of longitude. Now you can see the center line here. This line is known as prime meridian that we are going to see further. And we have already read in previous class about the poles. The two end points, they are known as poles. Now we are going to see some of the important features of meridians. When you see meridian, you can see that all the lines, or we can say all meridians, are of same length. That means that when they are drawn from north to south pole, so they have same length. Second one is meridians cut the parallels at right angle 90 degree. You see here two lines. One line is of parallel. This blue line indicates parallel as it is a horizontal line, and the red line indicates to the meridian. So when we talk about meridian and parallel, meridian cuts the parallel at right angle 90 degree. Then when we talk about third point, that is meridians are used to measure distance in the east-west direction. One thing is very important that you must know. When we draw the lines, so they are drawn from north pole to south pole, these meridians. But when we measure the distance between them, so they are covering east to west direction. They are measured from east to west direction. So these are some of the important features of meridians. Now the question comes, how do we number parallels? As we all have seen that number plays very important role when we talk about distance or measuring, or when we talk about degrees. So here we are going to see first how do we number parallels. First we start from the equator and mark 0 degree latitude. Then when we mark the other parallels from 0 degree to 90 degree, the north pole is written as 90 degree north, as you can see in the image. This 90 degree north, and same the south pole is written as 90 degrees south. This is the center line which is known as equator. From here we start, and this is measured or marked as 0 degree. So we can say that 90% north plus 90% south is equal to 180 parallels. When we include equator, that is 1 degree. So when we include it, so the number of parallels are 181. If I say excluding equator, so it will be 180. So you can say that including equators 1 degree or interval of 1 degree is included. So there are total number of parallels that are 181. But when we exclude it, so there are total 180 parallels. Then comes, how do we number meridians? So there is a difference between parallels and meridians. So here we have the difference in number as well. We start here from prime meridian, as I told you before that the center line of meridian is known as prime meridian, and it is also known as a big circle. So it is measured at 0 degree. Meridians are also drawn at an interval of 1 degree. There are 180 meridians towards east. As I told you just now, the feature of meridian that they are measured in east and west direction. So here we will get 180 towards east and 180 meridians towards west. So in total we have 180 east plus 180 west, that gives us 360. So we can say that there are total 360 meridians in total we have. Here one thing you need to understand, that prime meridian is not included, the degree of, or we can say the interval of prime meridian is not included in this. So we have total 360 number of meridians. Now let us move further. Now we will see how we can locate place on a globe. So here the parallels and meridians, they form a network. When you see this image, you can see here that we have parallels and meridians and they are forming a network. This network is called grid. We use it to locate a place on a globe. So we can say that without parallel or without meridian, if one or the other is missing, so we cannot locate a place on a globe. It is necessary to have parallel and meridian both together when we need to locate a place on a globe. So to locate a place on a globe, we must know the values of its parallels and meridians. So the degrees are very important, and also the values which we have learned just now. The point at which parallels and meridians cross each other is the location of that place. So you can see here some of the places are there, for example North America and Atlantic Ocean. So this place is how we can see the location properly because of these parallels and meridians only. That's all for this chapter. Now in the next class we will be learning about chapter number 3, movements of the earth. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you.